Let me tell you, personal branding is nothing new. It's not a new concept. It is just termed as new nowadays, and it is created as a fad, or it is created something as a hype. Why? Why आप उनको क्यों याद रखते हो? उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा तो नहीं किया है जो आप नहीं कर सकते, या he has or she has not done anything which none of us can do. अगर मैं सिंपल सहज तरीके से आपको समझाऊं तो पर्सनल ब्रांड इसलिए नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपको बस नेम, फेम और गेम चाहिए इन लाइफ. पर्सनल ब्रांड इसलिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है ताकि आप उस भीड़ में से अलग खड़े रह सकें.
So hello viewers, today the guest who have joined us is an amazing motivational speaker, helped hundreds of people to get over from their confidence issues, and she is a certified image consultant, Miss Sonu ma'am, and she is a bestseller author of The Confidence Key, helps building confidence in brains, minds, and trying to uplift us. So thank you Sonu ma'am to join us and taking out your precious time to have on the show.
Thank you so much, Rona, for inviting, and you are a commendable host. Thank you so much.
And ma'am, to begin with, I'd like to ask you one very predominant question that you have taught many people about personal branding, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think, and what are your insights about personal branding, that why it is important, and how should we start the journey of personal branding?
Okay. So that's a very interesting question, Ronak. I'll just take few minutes to answer it. But before I answer it, let me tell you, personal branding is nothing new. Okay, it's not a new concept. It is just termed as new nowadays, and it is created as a fad, or it is created something as a hype, wherein people are asking you to work on your personal brand and all these things. But if you remember, ever, okay, from since your childhood, if you can just go back to your childhood and think about a person. So right now, if I ask you to close your eyes and think about a person who you felt was very charming, was very, confident, who was always there for everybody. Whenever you saw him or her, you might have felt that, oh, I want to be like that person. Okay, so you might be having a face in your mind. अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ बोल रही हूँ तो
Right.
आपके दिमाग में एक कोई ना कोई इमेज बनेगा, एक कोई ना कोई फिगर आएगा, एक नाम भी क्लिक हो जाएगा, राइट? वाई आप उनको क्यों याद रख रहे हो? उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा तो नहीं किया है जो आप नहीं कर सकते, या he has or she has not done anything which none of us can do. It is just that the belief that they were able to showcase to the world, and they were able to stand out from the crowd because of certain attributes and skills which they showcase to the world, which you or me or at that point of time were not able to show, right? हम कुछ ऐसा नहीं कर पा रहे थे कि कोई हमें याद रखे, लेकिन कोई तो ऐसा कुछ कर रहा था कि हम उसे याद रख रहे हैं, राइट? तो ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. पर्सनल ब्रांड आप अपने लाइफ में हिस्ट्री में देखोगे तो अगर किसी भी एमिनेंट पर्सनालिटी को अगर आप याद रखते हो तो क्यों याद रखते हो? क्योंकि उसकी कोई एक ऐसी चीज है जो आपके साथ क्लिक कर रही है, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाट इज पर्सनल ब्रांड. सिंपल. अगर मैं सिंपल सहज तरीके से आपको समझाऊं तो पर्सनल ब्रांड इसलिए नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपको बस नेम, फेम और गेम चाहिए इन लाइफ. पर्सनल ब्रांड इसलिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है ताकि आप उस भीड़ में से अलग खड़े रह सकें. नाउ अलग खड़े रहने का मतलब ये नहीं है, या स्टैंडिंग आउट does not mean you have to be a weird person. Standing out from the crowd means you are doing something different which the others in the crowd are not doing. And that is what you need to identify. And that is what I always tell each one of them, that whenever I am doing a session on personal brand, or I am doing a session on personality, I am not changing you. It's not about change. Understand, you cannot change. But what you can become is a better version of yourself. Right? So whatever is your soul, your heart, your belief, your values system inside you, which has been ingrained by your upbringing, your society, the place where you live in, the study that you have done, the education that you have done, the experiences that you have got, that has framed the personality called you. Right? Now, in a 1-day session, 2-day session, in a 1-year session, or in a 5-year session also, I cannot change that core, the heart of you. But what I can do is, what a personal branding coach or a personality development coach or a confidence coach or an image consultant, whichever name you give to us, what we help you do is become a better version of yourself. So
Right.
might be your strength lies in communication. So we work on that and make you a good communicator. That
Mhm.
becomes your personal brand going ahead, which identifies you as somebody different. That
Right.
is what is personal brand. And that is why personal branding is so important, be it office students, office or students or college or, anywhere, even for a
Mhm.
simple housewife, right? It's not कि जो housewife है उसको personal brand की जरूरत नहीं है, उससे भी है,
Right.
correct? So anybody, even for you at your age, you are doing such a wonderful job, which is making you stand out from the entire batch of yours, and that is what
Right.
is your personal brand that you have created for yourself. So that is what is personal branding in a nutshell.
Sonu ma'am, you have elaborated personal branding in very unconventional way, and it is actually practical, and it is not theoretical, which has been written in a lot of books that you have to look good, you have to appear good. So personal branding is actually you have shared is very insightful and practical. So ma'am, adding with this question, the previous question, as you have mentioned that you have to stand out unique from
Yes.
typical crowd. So how can someone identify his or her unique value proposition to stand out in his or her industry, you know?
Absolutely, Ronak. So there are various ways in which you can identify yourself. Correct. So first and the foremost, and the most easiest way is the SWOT analysis. Correct. Where you do your SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. So whichever industry you are in, whichever place you are in, wherever you want to build your personal brand, be it at your office space, be it at your social media platform, be it at your college, be it at
Hmm.
your school, be it at your home, कहीं पे भी आपको अपना पर्सनल ब्रांड बनाना है, तो सबसे पहले आपको अपने स्ट्रेंथ्स, अपने वीकनेसेस, अपनी अपॉर्चुनिटी आपके पास क्या क्या है, और थ्रेट्स जो
Right.
आपके फियर्स हैं वो क्या क्या है, वो आपको एक लिस्ट डाउन करना पड़ेगा. Right now, when this is the first step to do, this gives you an internal go through. So always remember, personal branding is never external. वो external चीजों से affect नहीं होता है, वो हमेशा internal चीजों से होता है. So you have to first go inwards and understand these four things. The next thing that you need to do is, of course, the next thing that you need to do is work on the people who are there with you. So now you have to scan your surrounding, your
Hmm.
environment. Okay, so you need to see what is your surrounding, who are there in your surrounding, what
Right.
kind of people are there, what are they doing different, or are they not doing different? Does your strengths matches with their strengths or not? Okay, so that is the second step. And then the final step that you work upon is your goal. Okay, so you have to have a goal that you want to achieve. Without a goal, all these activities is just a waste of time. Now you have
Right.
to see कि okay, this is my goal, this is where I want to reach. How will I be able to reach along with my strengths? तो
Hmm.
जब ये तीनों चीज अलाइंड होती है, आपका खुद का सेल्फ एनालिसिस, आपके सराउंडिंग का एनालिसिस, और आपका जो गोल है अचीव करने का, अगर आप भले बहुत ही यू आर अ पर्सन इज वेरी आउट गोइंग
Hmm.
एंड यू वांट टू रीच, लाइक यू वांट टू बी a CEO of a company, okay, or
Right.
you want to get the best job in the company, but if your surrounding is not supporting you, if in the surrounding you have people who are pulling you down, who are
Hmm.
negative, so you will not be able to achieve your goal, right?
Right.
So all these has to be aligned together,
Hmm.
and that is how you find your unique value proposition. Okay, this is what I have my strength in, and then you
Hmm.
start working on your strength backwards. कि अब मेरा ये strength है, मेरा ये goal है, मेरा ये surrounding है, और मेरा ये analysis है मेरे बारे में. अब मैं इन चारों चीजों को, all the four things I'll combine together,
Hmm.
and then I will start working on building on that strength. Okay, so if communication is my strength and I have people around me who helps me, push me, talk. Okay, they push me, talk, they push me, they make me, I have opportunities in front of me where I can go and talk, and I want to become a speaker or I want to become
Right.
a great presenter. Then
Right.
I will go out, find opportunities, people will support me, they will root for me. Then
Hmm.
I'll get that confidence, okay, no, I can do. But the moment I start speaking and people start saying, oh, boo, what bullshit you are speaking, you are not
Hmm.
doing good, you are not looking great, that will pull my morale down. So, however hard I try, I will not be able to reach my goal. Right. So, that is how you find your unique selling proposition. And in that, the number one player is your image. What kind of image do you want to build in
Build.
front of people?
Right. Ma'am, it is very practical, and I would like to ask you one very easy question, but it is very crucial to know that you have explained that how to build a unique value proposition. And the second question is, if somebody wants to be a leader, like there are a lot of aspiring leaders in this world who just want to stand out of the crowd of ordinary leaders. So what are your advices for aspiring leaders who wants to become a successful leader in their company or in their society or in their school or in their colleges?
Okay, so first and foremost, you should understand who is a leader, right? And then you should understand what are the attributes of a leader.
Right.
Then you should understand the difference between a leader and a manager, right? So these are the three levels. It's not okay, fine, I have a team and I can lead, I can talk, I can influence, I'll become a leader. It's not like that. So if you want to be a leader whom people want to follow, if I name few celebrities, if I name few politicians who are great leaders of the country, why did people follow them? First and foremost, they believed in their vision. So as a leader, you have to have the vision. First
Mm,
and foremost thing, right? Now, your vision has to percolate down to your employees, to your followers, to whoever you want to influence.
mm,
Now, if your vision and your followers have the same vision,
mm.
then you both can communicate clearly. So the
Right.
second thing which a leader needs to do is clear communication. Now,
Mm,
what do I mean by clear communication? Clear communication does not mean speaking the language clearly. कि उसको इंग्लिश अच्छी बोलने आती है, उसको हिंदी बोलने आती है,
mm.
वो चीज नहीं है. Okay? When I speak about clear communication, that means whatever I am trying to tell you,
Correct.
you are understanding in that same manner.
Mm,
Okay, so that is one thing which a leader has to have in him. There is no other way in which a leader can become a leader without clear communication. So
right.
having a proper vision which is clear in his mind and his followers mind. Second, a clear communication between him and the people. And third, and the most important thing, is having confidence. That self belief and confidence inside a leader which he can portray and which people can think. अगर एक सेकंड के लिए भी लीडर के दिमाग में सेल्फ डाउट आता है, then the
Mm,
entire process falls. Then
right.
nobody is going to follow you. Nobody is going to, be behind you, and you cannot be a leader in a place. So whatever you are doing, whatever, whichever place you are, school, college, companies, organizations, NGOs, wherever you're working and you want to become a leader, have confidence and faith inside you that yes, whatever you are doing is for the right, and you have that complete self belief inside. Apart from that, anything else cannot do any work. Okay, so
Right.
if your confidence shakes, अगर आपके confidence में ही थोड़ी मुश्किल आती है, दरार आती है, then बाकी तो कोई आपको follow ही नहीं करेगा. There
Right.
are times when you fail as a leader. It's fine. It's
Mm,
absolutely fine. हमेशा जरूरी नहीं है कि आपकी हर strategy काम करे, आपका हर चीज काम करे. But how do you make a comeback will depend on how confident you are about yourself.
right, sir.
Okay, so a leader fails, but the comeback is very important. So these are the three things which you need to focus upon. Taking people along is what a leader's job is. It's not just leading, but taking them along. There's a difference between the two. अगर मैं सिर्फ लीड कर रही हूँ तो मैं डायरेक्शन दे दूंगी, आप जाओ अपने साथ. बट
Right.
ऐसा नहीं. कोई भी लीडर होगा, whichever leader you see in your vicinity, right, in your mind, if you make a leader's picture, you will see that the leader has always taken the people along with it. He
Mm,
is working along. It's not that he's sitting on a chair and the rest are working,
mm.
right? So it's not like that. So you have to take, and the fourth point is, of course, take people along with you.
Right.
So if you're following 4 steps, then you'll of course become a leader in your life.
Wow, ma'am, it is very insightful, and actually, it will be helpful for the viewers who wants to become leaders in their life, who wants to run their organization by their own self, right? So, and you have shared very practical thing that leader has to be someone. I mean, it is not necessary to have advanced vocabulary or tremendous words. It is about how simply we can convey our message and how simply we can actually demonstrate the vision to somebody which whom I would like to work with in the future, right? So Sonu ma'am,
Absolutely.
moving towards our next very incredible question, which is you have written a book, The Confidence Key. So what are your
Yeah.
insights, and actually what are the chapters you have written, and please summarize it in simple way so that the viewers can understand and go and avail it, right?
Absolutely. So thank you for asking that question. So writing a book was never in my bucket list, but the passion for writing led me to write a book on my own. Before writing this book, I'll just like to share something with you. So this book is not just tips, but it's actually a life journey of myself, right? So I have been always a shy kid while growing up. It was never like what I am right now, which I was then. So I was always a shy kid in school and college and all, and I was never very happy with the limelight that I used to get. But once I entered the corporate journey, I understood that this is not going to work. If I have to work here and I have to make a name for myself, if I have to really make an impact on people's life, being in the human resource department, and I was handling the L&D department, the learning and development department of a big pharma giant, I understood that I have to work on myself. I have to work on my confidence. I have to work on my image. I have to work on my communication. I have to work on my, job ethics, everything. A lot of things. There are a lot of n number of things which a person has to work upon. The moment you realize this, that yes, there are areas which I need to work upon myself, you will start seeing a startling difference between who you are and who you are not. Right. So this book is a culmination of my own journey, wherein I have started off. How did I start off being a shy kid to being the trainer that I am today, teaching thousands of people online and offline, and making their life better in terms of bringing their personality to light and making them much more confident in their life. So that is what my book is all about. It's a reflection, and it is called The Confidence Key. So I have the book with me if you want to see. So this is called The Confidence Key, Unlock the Code. Okay. So there are 11 attributes. So there are 11 attributes to decode self-confidence. In this chapter, in this book, you will find 11 chapters, and each chapter talks about one attribute which a person should have to become confident. So all the chapters that are there, it's actually, if it being, the first chapter talks about being a coach to yourself and not a critique. Now, why I have written this chapter? Because as a growing up kid, and in the kind of society that we live in, we have more critiques for ourselves than a coach. Okay, so people try to critique, they try to give you negative comments, and they think that they are motivating. But the worst happens when you start critiquing yourself. जब आप खुद को ब्लेम करने लगते हो, जब आप खुद से लड़ने लगते हो, जब आप खुद को नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक करने लगते हो, तब मेन प्रॉब्लम शुरू होती है. कॉन्फिडेंस आपका दूसरों के बोलने से नहीं गिरता है. कॉन्फिडेंस आपका गिरता है जब आप खुद अपने आप को वो चीज बोलने लगते हो. ओ आई एम नॉट गुड इनफ, ओ आई कांट प्ले दिस, ओ आई कांट गो एंड मीट पीपल, ओ हाउ विल आई बी एबल टू डू इट, मैंने तो आज तक कभी किया ही नहीं है. Right? So my first chapter talks about being a coach to yourself, like a coach who always pushes you, who always gives you positive motivation. Like किसी आपके mentor ने बोला है कि आप जाओ LinkedIn पे, be there, promote yourself, talk, that will build confidence for you. It's the same thing. You have to become your own coach and not a critique. Critique करने के लिए बहुत सारे लोग हैं, so let them be. So that is my first chapter. Then my second chapter talks about facing fears. डर के आगे भी जीत है, जो हमारी लाइन है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. डर सबको लगता है, and fear is not a bad feeling. People think that fear is a bad feeling. It's actually not a bad feeling. Fear gives you the opportunity to work more, to work harder. It gives you the opportunity to beat the unbeaten. Put yourself into test and break all the barriers that you have. जो आपके mindset की barrier है ना, कि मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. अगर आपको है किसी चीज का, and आप उसको push करके, limit push करके करोगे, तो ये जो barrier है, mental barrier आपका, वो भी टूट जाता है. Right? Then the third chapter talks about image building. So the ABCD of image, like what considers your image, what makes your image. So the first is appearance, then your behavior, then your communication, how you are appealing to the people, how you are seen. So all these things. So like this, there are 11 chapters in my book, and every chapter tells you how applying, and it's very practical. It's a hands-on activity thing. There is no theory here. Okay, everything is what I have done, and I have done it. I have written a story. So I have a character in every chapter who is going through that thing, and then that course is how is he able to achieve that goal in his life. So that is how these chapters are written. It's very simple. It's short chapters. It's not a long chapter. It's already 200 pages, I think the book is. It's available on Amazon, and it's doing great. I have sold almost 3,000 copies of it through Amazon and through other sources also. So that is how it is. This is how the book came into life, and I'm super happy that this book came into life, because I think it has changed a lot of people's life. Okay, right. I've just given them the code, like वो चाबी होती है ना, जिस ताला खुलता है. तो this book is like a चाबी, and जो आपका ताला है जो बंद है, आपके कॉन्फिडेंस की जो ताला है जो बंद है, this will open all your confidence locks.
Right, sir. So I will request all the viewers, और मैं request तो नहीं करूंगा आप लोगों से, because the person who wants to become successful are always open to gain feedback, right? इसीलिए अगर आप viewers हैं और आप इस podcast को देख रहे हैं, then one thing which you should do, actually you must do, that go and check this book on Amazon and actually read something about it, and see the reviews, and actually you have to buy it. I mean, you should buy it and have a look over it, have a glance over it. You might something you will learn at the end of the day. So Sonu ma'am, as we are approaching to the end of podcast, I'd like to ask one very important question, which is a lot of people are going through, including me too. How to deal with procrastination? Like we always fall prey to this word, right? We always neglect things. So how to deal and how to confront with it?
Okay, so that's really nice. So one of my LinkedIn posts on procrastination did really, really well some few months back. I had written. So from that post only, I'm going to tell you. So procrastination is not bad, first and foremost thing. Okay, it's not bad. So everything हमें ऐसा लगता है कि whatever emotions we are going through are all bad. It's not like that. First and the foremost thing that you as an individual, what you need to do is instead of jumping onto the conclusion, start taking small steps. Why do we procrastinate? You have to understand that. Either we don't want to do that work. Second, either we don't enjoy doing that work. Third, are we forced to do that work? And fourth, is it important for us? Like ask that question. Is it important for me? And unknowingly or knowingly, आप ये चारों question अपने दिमाग में करते हो पहले. Whatever work is given to you, right? If let me take a simple thing. I'll take my condition. So if I have to write a LinkedIn post, okay, and I'm not able to think anything, there's a creator's block. I'm not able to think anything. So I think ऐसा ठीक है छोड़ देते हैं ना. Let it be. कल लिख लेंगे. There is always a tomorrow. The first thing, why I didn't write it, because I was not enjoying that day, right? Or my day I had a creator's block. I'm not enjoying. I'm forced to do something which I don't want to do. Or do I want? Is it important for me to write or not? It is important for me.
Right.
I like what I do, but still I'm not doing it because I'm not in the mood of it, or I have a creator's block. So it's not कि हमेशा procrastination is bad. At times there might be an emotional blockage which is creating that procrastination. So don't take procrastination as too serious. Don't take it too seriously. Okay, it might be a phase of your life. But if you are a person who has always been procrastinating, okay, like you have always delayed things. अगर आप project submit नहीं करते हो college में time से, अगर आप कहीं जाते हो, if you are not going on time, if you are not reaching on time somewhere, if a work has been given to you and your parents or your family members have to tell you 10 times to do it, so that means you are habitually a procrastinator. Okay, so एक होता है procrastinator due to some moment or due to some feelings or emotions or condition, and एक होता है habitual procrastinator. Now, in both the cases, what needs to be done is if you really enjoy that job and if you're an active person and you are not feeling good, but still you have to do it, might be you need an external push. तो शायद कोई आपको एक push करेगा तो आप शायद वो जाके कर लोगे, right? So always have an accountability partner for yourself. So that's the first thing. Make a partner who is accountable for you. कि अगर जब भी मैं ये काम करूँ ना कि मैं procrastinate कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे वो आके याद दिलाए, अरे तुझे ये करना है, तुझे ये करना है, तुझे ये करना है. And I know I enjoy doing it, but क्योंकि mood नहीं है तो शायद मैं नहीं कर रहा. लेकिन अगर मैं हैबिचुअल प्रोक्रेस्टिनेटर हूं तो उसके लिए द फर्स्ट एंड द फॉरमोस्ट स्टेप दैट यू नीड टू डू इज सेट अ गोल फॉर योरसेल्फ एंड दैट गोल इज नॉट अ 5 year गोल. टुमारो, ठीक है, टुमारो व्हाट डू आई नीड टू डू, a very short term goal. Tomorrow what is the list that I need to complete? So create a list for yourself. The second thing that you need to do is when you have to do that job, start small. जो सबसे छोटा टास्क है आप उससे भले शुरू करो कि लेट मी फिनिश दिस फर्स्ट, लेट मी फिनिश दिस एंड देन आई गो टू द बिगर टास्क, देन आई गो टू द बिगर टास्क. देन इवेंचुअली यू विल स्टार्ट सीइंग आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन टू योरसेल्फ, एम आई एंजॉयिंग डूइंग इट? क्या मैं इसको करते हुए एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ? इफ आई एम नॉट एंजॉयिंग देन स्टॉप दैट टास्क एंड गो टू द नेक्स्ट टास्क. Okay, but if you are enjoying doing it, then start doing it, right? The third thing as a procrastinator that you need to do is your schedule. Again, having a buddy for yourself. अब आपने to do list बना ली है, अब आपने छोटे छोटे steps लेने लगे हो. अगर आपको ये है कि भैया मैं आज 10 काम पूरे कर दूंगा, the list you will not be able to do. Okay, so पहले तो the first thing that you need to do is make a list. The second thing that you need to do is from that list take out at least 4 tasks which you will be doing today. Third thing, do it at least if you have finished 2, then give us shabashi to yourself. Just pat your back. Okay, fine, I have done 2. So that gives you a motivation. Okay, एक motivating factor होना चाहिए. Celebrate your little wins. जो 2 टास्क आपने फिनिश किए, चलो ठीक है 10 में से आपने 4 चुने थे, 4 में से आज आपने 2 किए. Give yourself motivation. Give yourself that pat on the back. Right. Don't say अरे मैंने 4 बोले थे आज वो भी नहीं हुए, मैं इतना बेकार हूँ, ये है वो है. Not like that. Replace your negative lines with positive motivation. Right? Now what will happen? The next day when you sit to do that, again you go back to your task list. उसमें जब करोगे तो उस दिन आप देखोगे कि 2 के जगह आपने 4 किए. Might be the 5th one needs a buddy. ताकि 5वां करने के लिए आपको शायद कोई अकाउंटेबल पार्टनर होना चाहिए जो आपको पुश करेगा, अरे यार ये हो जाएगा, कर ले. Okay, so then your accountability partner comes into play. So like this, a procrastinator is not a procrastinator by birth. Right. He has become a procrastinator because of certain situations. Might be the push nahi hai, internal motivation nahi hai, liking it. But the moment he starts or he or she starts liking doing things, they will do it. They will enjoy it. Okay. So always start with things that you enjoy and then go and complete the things which you don't enjoy.
Right, ma'am. It is very practical insight. You have explained in very simple words that there are two types of procrastination. One is habitual and another one is just another one. So
Situational. It's situational. Maybe conditional or situational. That's
conditional, yeah,
absolutely fine.
situational based actually. So, Sonu ma'am,
Absolutely.
you are such an incredible coach and you have explained every question in very proper way and in very simple words, and you have conveyed all practical ideas mostly, which will help viewers and a lot of people who are watching us. There are a lot of trainers as well, MBA students and book readers who watch the videos, the podcast. So it will turn out to be a Ramban solution for them because of your book, the confidence
Thank
unlock
you.
the code, right? So viewers will definitely go and buy that, and I will request you to send me the links of that books and your links, whatever the workshops you actually conduct online, so that I can add all those links in the description, and people will make most of it. So thank you so much, Sunu
Thank
ma'am.
you.
This is it, the podcast, and thank you so much. I'm very grateful that I could host you properly, and your time is very valuable for
Thank you
us.
so much. That was lovely meeting you, and thank you for hosting me and asking such beautiful questions. Hope it helps you and your listeners too. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you.
Bye bye. Take care.